Father God, we come to you today with the Planning Commission and ask that you watch over us, give us wise counsel today, and ask that we do this for the betterment of the community. Hopefully everybody's safe with the weather changing. In Christ's name I pray, amen.
If you join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Matt. Call. Excuse me. Roll call, please.
Chairman Vose.
Here.
Vice Chair Derryberry is absent. Commissioner Burden is absent. Commissioner Loa.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Present.
Commissioner Carrillo. Present. And Commissioner Underwood is absent. We have a quorum.
All right, thank you very much. Public business from the floor. If anyone wishes to address the Planning Commission tonight on any agendized item, we ask them to fill out a speaker's card at the rear of the chamber and give it to our assistant director here, or excuse me, our director. And when that item is called, which we only have one item tonight, we will call upon you to offer your comments. You're limited to 3 minutes each. The applicant, however, may address the commission when the item is called, if they choose. They don't have to, but oftentimes they will, to share their project with us. As I mentioned, we only have one item or two items on the agenda. The first item is the minutes of our regular meeting of November 18th, 2024.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair Vose, members of the Planning Commission. I am Hai Nguyen, Planning Manager. One quick note, when the PC packet was posted, it left out a couple pages from the November PC. So we've since fixed that, and it is correct right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, may I have a motion, please? On the minutes?
Yeah. You said approve the minutes of November.
A motion to approve the minutes for November's meeting.
Thank you.
I second.
Thank you. Anything further from anyone? Please vote. Motion passes 4-0 with 3 absent. All right, the next item is a new public hearing. This is on conditional use permit 24-005. Ms. Alvarado will be presenting on this item.
Good evening, Chairman Vose and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Mitzi Alvarado, and I am the case planner on the project. The item I have before you today is conditional use permit 24-005 for the operation of a new cannabis and retail delivery. The applicant is EJ2 Ventures LLC, represented by Zadok Marshall and his team, who are here to answer any questions after this presentation. The project is located at 45248 Trevor Avenue, north of Avenue I, and is zoned heavy industrial. It is surrounded by existing industrial uses as well. This is the existing building and site conditions. The applicant plans to utilize this building for his business operation. The industrial building has been vacant for some time. And what's not fully seen from this picture here at this angle is the dilapidated shed and the existing side and rear chain link fencing, both of which will be improved or completely replaced. The application does not include a request for a distance waiver to sensitive uses, as there are no sensitive uses within 600 feet of the project site, as shown here to the left. Additionally, there are no retail cannabis locations within 1,000 feet of this property, as shown on the right. All legal notices for today's hearing have been distributed, including notices to property owners and tenants within 500 feet. The site plan shows the overall extent of the project, which includes the 1,800 square foot existing industrial building, an existing storage shed that will be demolished, and the location for a new 168 square foot trash enclosure that will be built to match the architectural style of the building. There will be striping for 5 parking spaces proposed for customer parking against the south property line to include 1 ADA parking space at the front near the main entrance and 1 loading space at the rear of the building. With this, with all these parking improvements, the project meets current code. In addition, enhanced landscape will be incorporated at the front of the project site at the street side. And as mentioned earlier, they are replacing the chain link fencing with the required 6-foot concrete block wall at the south, east, and north property lines. The existing decorative iron gate and fencing at the front will remain. Here's the proposed floor plan for the business operation. The yellow star on the plan shows the location of the secure entrance into the retail building's lobby, where visitors will be required to sign in and provide a valid form of government ID prior to entering the sales floor. The red outline shown on the screen indicates the areas of the building that will be accessible to all customers, such as the front lobby and retail sales area. This slide shows the proposed facade improvements of the existing building with the applicant's business operation. Staff has worked with the applicant's architect on the elevations to include new architectural elements such as canopies over the entrances and trellis features. There will also be brand new paint for the building in a 2-tone combination of brown and neutral beige with cornicing details throughout. All existing wiring, meters, and mechanical equipment currently visible on the building will be relocated to the interior of the building, painted or fully screened within the new proposed parapet on the roof of the building. The north elevation of this building abuts the neighboring structures, which won't require any improvements. The applicant has agreed to make these improvements prior to occupancy. Retail operations would occur between 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. Delivery operations would occur 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., also Monday through Sunday. As stated previously, there is no distance waiver needed or requested as a part of this proposal. Odor management would be achieved with industry standard carbon filters and the enforcement of on-site protocol regarding odor detection. The project is conditioned such that detection of odor could result in revocation of the CUP. Cannabis projects undergo a detailed staff review prior to public hearing. A security and operations plan has been prepared for the site and has been reviewed by the city staff and Lancaster Police Department. Security provisions on the site include a minimum of 1 security guard on site at all times, age verification prior to accessing the sales floor, and a 1-to-5 customer to sales associate ratio on the sales floor. There will be a maximum of 10 customers at once and indoor-outdoor security cameras with secured alarm systems and limited access. It's also important to note that the applicant is required to work with the city and Lancaster Police Department to provide any of this footage and information upon request. In conclusion, staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopt Resolution 2501 approving CUP 24005 to allow for cannabis retail and delivery. Myself and the applicant are available for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Alvarado. Could you pull up the site plan that shows site circulation, including the proposed parking? Yeah, thanks. And then the floor plan thereafter. There may be a couple of questions on that. Thanks. For the record, we have received from the applicant a what's called an uncontested letter wherein the applicant has agreed to all the conditions of approval as recommended by staff. Members, any questions on this particular item? You sure? Okay. You mentioned, Ms. Alvarado, if I heard you correctly, the security plan has been reviewed or will be reviewed by LPD?
It is. It has been reviewed.
All right. So if the applicant, or do we have any other speakers on this? Any speakers at all?
No speakers.
Okay. Well, I've got some questions of the applicant, so if they are here, whomever would like to come forward and visit with us for a few minutes. Hang on, we got to turn on the microphone so we can hear what you're saying. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's actually afternoon, but I'm so used to having nighttime meetings, it's always evening for me. Thank you for agreeing to all the conditions of approval that the staff is recommending. That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I noticed on the site plan, there's a man gate up in the top left corner, and then you have a sliding gate for vehicular access. So is it the intent of the operation to have both of those points of entry and exit open all the time when you're in operation?
No, there will be one point of entry and one point of exit,
So,
which would be down as you slide down, where you see the arrows pointing in and out. There is a sliding
no,
gate.
I've been to the site, so I know what's there.
Okay.
The 20-foot slider that's in there now, so it's the intent of your operation that your customers then come through the driveway gate, walk in that way?
Yes. There's an entry gate. Correct me, there's an entry gate where the customers can walk off of the street into the retail and park on the front, in front of the location.
Okay.
Because there is adequate parking out front. And then they can drive, there's 5 parking spaces to drive into.
I noticed from the staff report, there was a discussion of one employee for every 5 potential customers.
Yes, sir.
So, how many people do you intend to have on duty?
Actually, retail, as far as operating retail, anywhere from 2 behind the counter, as well as a manager on site, so 3 staffing the place, along with the security guard, so that's 4 staffing the place.
That's your business plan, that you anticipate your business would, you'd need that much staff to support that business?
I would love to have more staff and support more business, but we'll start as
I see.
opening up in the beginning, with 4 staff there total.
Yeah, the reason you're only conditioned on 5 parking spaces, as you probably know, is you're in an industrial zone, and that's the minimum. Personally, it gives me no comfort. You mentioned that there's adequate street parking. Well, it depends on the day and time. If it's Sunday afternoon, there's adequate parking, or Saturday, there's adequate parking. Monday through Friday, there's all your adjacent businesses and those workers park on the streets. So, you pick the site, but I think that's a potential impediment to the success of your business. That's just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're very successful. Could we have the site plan up on the floor plan, please? The area that is not outlined in red is the rear entrance. What do you intend to do to that with that roll-up door access point?
So that is only for, that would only be for deliveries only? and exiting entrance and exiting with staff members only, but mainly for deliveries, because we wouldn't want the deliveries coming through the front door. We want to be more secure in the back.
Chairman Vose, if I may add, some of that back area is for back stock room and office area. It's just been cleared up for Planning Commission. So more detail is available in the business and operating plans. However, this is for presentation purposes only, for security purposes.
But it's not on the site plan or floor plan. Break rooms and access to the toilet room and whatever, right? At least I don't see it from here.
So there, if you look towards the back, you'll see at the very top, there are toilets, break rooms right there in that back area at the top towards the right.
Ah, I see a toilet room there. All right?
Yes, sir.
The access is from the sales floor, not from the, what, warehouse area?
There is an access from the warehouse area, not actually from the sales floor, but it's actually going out from the sales floor. So yes, I guess it would be from the sales floor. So yes, there is access right there at the bottom from the sales floor, from the bathroom warehouse area, or what would be considered the warehouse area. We would call it product intake area to the sales floor.
Aha,
Chairman Vos, may I add something?
go ahead.
Okay, so the challenge that I see with this is this floor plan shows intended use. I think by the time you go through building and safety, this floor plan won't look like this. I see several ADA items that are not in compliance, like the entries, the gate, the door from the lobby to the retail, the restroom with the shower. I think by the time you go through permitting, this floor plan might change. But I get that in general, this is the intent.
Yes, we actually do expect a few changes here and there.
Yeah.
Once we do go through the process, that's kind of expected. And we'll make those necessary changes, when recommended.
Thank you for bringing that up. So you have 4 employees, 5 parking spaces on site, so none of your employees are going to park on site. They'll be off-site. Your on-site would be for your customers.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good, thank you. I have nothing else. Anyone else? No, thank you. You care to add anything?
Absolutely. Just kind of give you some background in our
Sure.
experience within the industry. So we have several decades of experience here in the cannabis industry. We first opened a retail in 2004, one of the first in the country. Been in existence for 30 years. Wrote policy for the city of Los Angeles, Measure M. I did that myself. And the social equity program, I wrote that for the city of Los Angeles. So we have an extensive background. I'm an expert in policy writing, an expert in multiple different areas in the cannabis industry, from retail, cultivation to manufacturing, also in compliance, because we've been owning retail for 21 years in Southern California. So we have a lot of experience in the retail space, cultivation, manufacturing space, and the cannabis space as a whole. Community organizing as far as, cannabis retail and other various things in the cannabis industry. So we come with quite a bit of knowledge and experience in the industry.
It's good to hear. You do know on this site there is no cultivation or manufacturing allowed, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're aware.
So do you supply your own product from your own manufacturing facilities?
So we do. We grow our own product, and we have a 120-acre farm in southern Humboldt County. So we've been there for 30 years. We also manufacture our own product in the city of Los Angeles. We're licensed manufacturers there as well. So we are, I guess you would call us a micro business, which is vertically integrated. So we're vertically integrated. We can be self-sustainable, which is kind of one of the key things for the survival in this industry, is to be self-sustainable. And I think we have that covered.
Where did I read somewhere, not recently, but I don't know how correct it is, in this business type, the venture that you're in the retail side is where the revenue truly is. The cultivation and manufacturing and wholesaling is plus or minus net zero, huh?
Well, it depends on where you're located, because that has a lot to do with it, and what city you're operating or county you're operating in, because the taxes then play a heavy role in, your profit margin, plus 280E, other issues that we still are dealing with as cannabis retailers that we would love to see be fixed in several years to come, that we can be more than profitable. Until
so.
then, we just
hope you are.
we just hold on.
There is some competition, as you're probably aware, in the city on the retail side, certainly. And there are other manufacturers and growers within our city limits, both exterior and interior. So I look forward to your success.
Absolutely, we are up for the challenge.
Anything further? Anyone? Nope. All right, then. Thank you for your comments, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anything further, Ms. Alvarado?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you. So, shall we consider a motion on conditional use permit 24-005?
I move to adopt resolution 25-01, approving conditional use permit 24-005 to allow for cannabis retail and delivery within the existing building located at 45-248 Traver Avenue in the heavy industry zone, and finding that the project is categorically exempt under the California Environmental Quality Act, authorizing staff to execute and file a notice of exemption.
Thank you. Have a second, please.
I second.
Thank you. So before we take up a vote, I just want to remind myself, if I said the words, we open the public hearing without objection, I may have said that. I should have said that. I thought I said that, but I just said it. So now that we've done that, we're closing the public hearing without objection and considering a vote. And we're ready to vote? But it's not blinking? Now we can vote. Motion passes 4-0 with 3 absent. So the project is approved, and very good luck with your project. That concludes our action items this afternoon. Our planning manager's announcements.
Yes, good afternoon again, Chair Vos, members of the Planning Commission. Hi, Nguyen, Planning Manager here. I hope that everyone had a good holiday, and we're excited to share many interesting projects this year, including a couple annexations and specific plans. So I will keep you posted on the next PC meeting when some of the projects materialize. And as always, thank you for your attendance, and thank you. We're always available for you.
All right, thank you. Anything further from members? None? All right, then. So our meeting stands adjourned then. Oh, wait a minute. Can't do that. I have to ask if anyone else wishes to speak to us on any non-agendized items.
There are no speaker comments,
No
Chair.
speaker
Thank you.
cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the audience. Anybody would like to address us, they're certainly welcome to. Going once? Nope. All right, then. So we stand adjourned until our next regular meeting, which I believe is February 24th, here at 3:30 p.m.